Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. This time we're starting in Vermont and we're going back to Boston, or I guess just north of Boston. I will say I was excited to make this video, but the day kind of started off with kind of horrifically, I guess you could say. I happened to witness a very fatal accident on the way up. This dude coming through the tolls. I'm actually gonna stop for a sec and check. I'll finish this story, but I want to check the truck, make sure it's all closed up. We're still gonna make sure we got everything. Snow's still out. I think it's like 50 today though, so it's a nice day. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, so yeah, not too much. Make sure it's there, closed up. All right, so yeah, we were coming through the tolls, and right as we're pulling up, I see this dude and he's coming the other way, so on the other side of the highway. Right next to me though, on the other side of the median, he clips this other dude. He was obviously trying to move out of the way because he was flying and the dude in front of him probably stopped and he didn't have time. So he obviously slammed on his brakes and tried to move to the left of the guy, and he clipped the corner of his car. And what I saw is the dude, he was driving a Jeep, he went flying forward into the tolls, into like the barriers, and he like did a couple flips in the air and ping-ponged around the freaking the walls and landed. And I can tell you, if the dude was still alive, if the dude survived that, or I don't even know if it was a dude, I have no clue who was driving it, but if the dude survived, then he is a lucky person, because from what I saw, I don't think that person lived, unfortunately. And it's really hard to see stuff like that happen. So what I always think, like, when I see stuff like that, and that's the first time I've ever seen like a fatal car crash, like this dude got cheese grated, like. But whenever I see stuff like that, I try to learn from it, because I feel like if you don't learn from watching other people's mistakes like that, especially when they happen right in front of you, then you're doing them a disservice, you know. And I figured, last time I did this run, I've taped it from point A to point B, you know, so now we're going from point B back to point A. So it's a separate day, but it's like 50 degrees out. There's still snow out, it's melting. To be honest, the dude who was driving, he wasn't driving smart. Like, what he was doing is, if you see someone like that, you would say that dude's an idiot and he's gonna get in a car crash. And what happened that today, that person who wasn't driving smart, who wasn't being aware, you know, it happened to him. And it sucks because, you know, you see people like that and you shake your head and you're like, you know, but when something actually happens and you see it and you're like, yeah, that person was not driving smart, you know, it doesn't matter. It's still horrible. It's still awful, and you don't want to see anybody, you know, go through that. So we're gonna keep going forward. So you see there's snowmobile signs. Still snowy out, but the roads are clear. So we got about probably 5 more miles down this road, coming through some towns like this. Sometimes you'll see signs that say no engine brake, which is this thing here, which I showed in the previous video. Mainly I think it's because it's loud, so if you're going through a residential area, they don't want to hear like some of these trucks make the I can't even make the freaking sound when they come through. Up here's a shooting range. Welcome to Vermont. We got the shooting range. Precision Valley Fish and Game Association. So yeah. Alright, we're coming to the end of this road now. So we're driving T2 today, which I believe we drove in the last video, and it has the most power. I noticed, but I think it's the smallest truck. 131 East. Taking this right. There's the post office. So up here you want to go slow. It's like a very sharp turn. And these are where the cars want to ride your ass. So this road will take us right into New Hampshire. 25 miles an hour. We don't want to go back with, you know, the load being all over the place in the box and the inventory guys going, what the fuck, dude? like how did this happen? And I don't have it, you know, I've done this run so many times, and I never really strap it up because I know the pallets, how they like to do the pallets. I mean, most of the time you don't really need to, unless it's a tall pallet that is wobbly. It's always good to, though, because you gotta remember, when the load is in your truck, you're the driver. It's your decision for what you want to do with that load. So if you get to the next spot, and again, the load's all over the box, it fell over, you know, the inventory guys are gonna look at you and go, what the hell? You're not gonna call up the place you picked it up from and go, why'd you load it up like that? Like, they're gonna look at you as the driver, because it's your responsibility, and say, what the hell? What happened? So you always gotta keep that in mind, especially when you're working for small companies. Like, I know a lot of the big carriers, you're just, you know, picking up trailers, dropping trailers off, and then just going to the next trailer. But like when you're not doing really any loading or unloading, unless you have unless you're required to. But like, I'm a company worker. I get paid by the hour. I don't get paid by the mile, which is, if you're driving for these big carriers, driving the semis, like a lot of the time, especially those really big carriers, you know, the CFIs, the Primes, the Swifts, the Werners, what else is there? I don't know. You're getting paid by the mile. I'm an employee for the company I work for, so when I get back, I'm gonna be doing the unloading. Which honestly, I like it better. I like being a company, like an employee, and get paid hourly. I feel like my time isn't as wasted. But look at this, like, you got the mountains right there. It's a beautiful ride. You got some animals. Man, I wish this GoPro app would freaking work. I don't know if it's my data. I used to drive those vans for the company. Well, yeah, this truck has some power. We're going up a steep hill. We're still going 40. Normally I go down to like 25, but this also is probably a lighter load. You gotta be careful around here, because you'll slow down on a hill going up, and then once the hill goes down, you'll speed up to like 65, and you're like, okay, I can't go that fast. But you gotta keep in mind, if you slam on the brakes and you come around a corner like this right here, we're about to speed up really fast going down this. but there's gonna be a sharp corner coming up. So we don't want to slam on the brake, but at the same time we don't want to go too fast, because we are always keeping in mind there's a load in the back. We're not just driving this like a race car. But they loaded it pretty good today. I mean, normally they do load it pretty good. I've never had any issues. I've never, you know, usually on the way back I'll stop and I'll check again just to see how the load is. Alright. So we're about to go, after this light we go over a bridge. So it looks like we're in Ascutney. But we go over a bridge and then we'll be in New Hampshire. So we're really only in Vermont for like, you know, 20 minutes. Got a truck behind us. Hopefully he ain't gonna ride our ass. So here's the bridge. All frozen. Welcome, bienvenue to New Hampshire. Is bienvenue Italian? I think it is, right? But we're in good old New Hampshire now. We'll be here for probably, you know, like, we really only reached Massachusetts the last 15 minutes of the ride. But I love these back roads. The only thing that's annoying about the back roads is that you either get stuck behind someone that's going super slow, or you're going a decent speed and there's people behind you just riding your ass. But yeah, this is, you know, this is driving a box truck. But I like doing these longer rides way more than the local deliveries. You know, going into Boston and whatnot sucks. Coming up here, it's like a breath of fresh air. Coming through a little town here. We're gonna take a left. It's gonna turn into 2 lanes. A very milly town. I mean, there's a lot of mills in the northeast, like New Hampshire, and then going into Lowell. So when you take a left or a right in a truck, you always have to be in the outer lane. So I don't know, this is Claremont. And yeah, we're coming into town, and then we'll be out of town again. For sale, 129,000. Where are they selling the building? Is there land? Walmart. So the dude that worked there says he lives in Claremont near the Walmart, or past it. So he lives somewhere around here. But you can tell there's taxidermy and archery. You can tell we're in freaking New Hampshire. I love New Hampshire, by the way, and I'm not trying to make fun of New Hampshire. I live in Massachusetts and I'm looking at moving to New Hampshire just because I like being in the mountains. I like the cold, I like the snow. Get all the snowmobiles. I like having some land. I don't like the congestion of the city. You know, Hannaford. There's a gun store. U-Haul. Yeah, we probably still got a good 40 minutes before we hit the highway. So like this, I could, you know, cop in the left lane, fly around him. Which I might just do, because he's going slow. Like I said I wasn't gonna do, here I am doing it. A lot of these dudes are probably going to Home Depot though. I mean, he's getting up to speed now, so we'll see. Someone's burning something up there. See, like this dude, he's going to Home Depot. So I'm just curious, have any of you guys, Any of you guys watch Riding with Dave or OTR Rookie? Because that's what kind of prompted me to start making these videos. I got this GoPro and I'm like, I'm gonna start filming. It's the driver's life, you know? I feel like I'm on the road, whether it be working or just driving my own car, you know, more than I am not. If I'm not on the road, I'm making music with my friends. So this is where I used to take this left, and it's kind of a shortcut, but I started just going straight because I feel like it's more professional, I guess. But we gotta watch out for the speed limit in a truck, especially with the company logo and all that. Can't be driving like a moron. I don't know if this is a police car behind us. Here's the second major town we come in. I don't know what town this is. But so up here we have to take a left, but if you could go straight here, and it's another shortcut that'll save you like 10 minutes. Technically you're not really supposed to. It'll say there's a 26,000 pound weight limit. There's signs saying trucks shouldn't go down that way. The other thing is some roads that say that, it's because literally your weight, like, you start sinking. The road can't take that kind of weight. Which it's never happened to me, but I've heard that, like, part of the reason why you can't is because, like, you'll notice the truck will literally start sinking into the road because it's not meant to take that kind of weight. These roads are a bit dangerous. You can see how narrow they are. Oh, a nice Ford Escape had to slam on his brakes because he's about to fly out. Because when you drive these roads, you gotta be extra aware. And the roads in the Northeast are awful. There's bumps, there's cracks everywhere. Up, we're gonna be pulling through, now we're gonna be pulling through the Lake Sunapee region. Probably gonna make a stop at my favorite truck stop, the Hookset rest area. I love this view. It's just open like farmland. There's Bradford. That's the road I was saying I could go straight at the lights. That's where that road would come out. Oh, come on. See what I mean? Like this, I don't know if they just don't care, if they feel like they're entitled. But it's like, don't pull in front of me if there's no one behind me. Like, you could have just waited a sec. Kills me sometimes. I just give people their space. But you know what I mean, when it's like a car is gonna pull in front of you and you're cruising, you know, and there's no one behind you, and yet they have to pull in front of you, and then they go slow, they don't give it gas. I have no problem if you want to get in front of me, but give it gas so you can match my speed. And, you know, honestly, go a little faster if you want to pull in front of me. But I feel like some of these people think like, oh, it's a truck, so, you know, I'm gonna pull in front of them, and it's like, I'm cruising, man. And as well as, you know, I can't stop on a dime either. So if you're gonna go slower, you know, understand that. So if you can also see, I wish this was a freaking manual. It would make it way easier to go up to maintain power going up the hills. But one thing it does have is after drive, it has third second, and then low gear. So if I start losing power on a hill, I'll throw it in the third, and I'll throw in the second, and I'll throw into the low gear. I mean, and sometimes it works, sometimes the truck still shifts though for me, and it kind of annoys me. Oh, there's a car behind us. I wonder if he's gonna slowly creep up on us until he's riding our ass. Which is what 90% of them do. This dude seems to be mean. I mean, I'm going 60 in a 55, so it should be good enough to make him happy. Alright, here's the 35, which means we're about to be pulling into town, and we're about to take our left on the 114, or I think it's 114, or I don't know, maybe the route we're on is 114. You can see a ski mountain up ahead. Gotta turn the heat off, it's getting hot. 202, I think that's the highway. Got Dollar General, get the country store. So we're gonna go down this little road for about like 7 miles. Yeah, bud, go. Yeah, 202 east. For about 7 miles, and then we're gonna pick up 93 south. So we wanna start hitting the brakes a lot here. For that dude to go, but I'm not gonna sit around waiting all day. Like, go, but if you don't go, then fine, I'm gonna take my turn. This is kind of a dangerous, because a dangerous merge, because there's no one ever coming though when I come, because it's one lane, but you have to merge. So if there's a line of cars, it's kind of like, and a lot of them don't want you to go because you're a truck. But yeah, we'll follow this. Well, actually, no, we'll follow this to 89, and then 89 will take us to 93 south. So I'm always checking my right mirror and trying to stay as close as I can to that white line on the right. But it's great because no one's behind us and no one's in front of us, so we're going like 65. We're just cruising, you know? We're going like, we're touching 65 and a 55, and yet you have this car riding my ass. Like I said, some dude's gonna creep up. Live and let live. You watch, right when we pick up 89, this dude's gonna go flying around me. It's a nice lake. Is that Lake Sunapee? I don't know. Up there is where we came in. If you watch the first video I've made on this channel, that's where we come in. The first video is the ride up to this place. This video is riding back from this place. The first chance this dude's gonna get. See, he's already in that lane. He's like looking. You're not going fast enough for me. Fine by me, dude. I know your first chance. You're gonna fly over. Look at, he's not even gonna wait. Gotta wave to him. Bye. I wonder if that crash will still be there when we, it's not the first toll, it's the second toll. We're less than an hour from the warehouse, so. with the liquor and wine outlet. The common man, that's like their thing up here, is the common man. So there's parking here, or I could go around and park. I think I'm just gonna park here. Go next to this guy. Alrighty. Shamrock Trucking. Gotta put it in neutral, there's no park. Pull the parking brake and turn the lights off. Turn the truck off. And we'll be back. Alright, we got a little cheese steak and cheese sub, a slice of pizza, and we are on the road again. Gotta keep on keeping on. That was a good slice of pizza. Gotta floor it. And then we gotta move over because the tolls come up and we gotta be in the ride-through lane. Ah, man, come on. Alright, we're pulling through Manchester. This Volvo truck's gonna pass. Western Express. But yeah, this is Manchester. You probably saw it on the way up in the first video. Yo, bro, you got shit on the side of your Civic. Alright, we're coming up to the tolls where that really bad accident happened. But there's no traffic here, so I'm assuming it's all cleared up by now, but we're gonna see if there's any debris or anything. It happened in like the left two toll lanes, and I was on the other side coming this way, and I was in one of the left two toll lanes, not the one on the far left, the one to the right of the far left. So it happened like right next to where I was, and it was very very tragic, very shocking to see. Yeah, we're gonna have to move over. Yeah, those two toll lanes are, you know, I'm gonna move over again just to give these guys some. Yeah, that's where it happened. The dude, like, man, you can see, look at how banged up that 25 speed limit sign is. Oh man, it's just not a good sight to see. You probably couldn't tell how bad it was, but man, it was bad. F&I, guys. I don't understand people that get custom license plates. Cause like when I'm on the road, I want to be anonymous. I don't want a license plate that is easy to remember. Cause then if you're an asshole or if you do something stupid, people are gonna remember that car. They're gonna remember the license plate. What, she thinks she's a freaking VW Beetle? Look at this guy's gonna come right on her ass. You ain't going fast enough for me in my rusty truck. That's why it's fun just driving a little bit slower. Look at now, he's like off the road in his nice Mercedes. Because then all the crazy people just go around you and you just watch it from the back. I see 1, 2 fuel stations open, so that's good. drive my ass. Alright, so pull up. We don't really need any DEF because it's still full. Pull that. So what we gotta do is we have a fuel card. We're gonna put the fuel card, it's gonna ask for our odometer, and then it's going to ask for our driver number or our driver ID. Driver ID, which I'm not gonna say. Should have gloves on, but give it a sec for it to start going. There we go. Now we're gonna check on the load, see how we did. Everything looks good. So yeah, we made it to home base. Hopefully this thing is still going. Watch the back. That's an interesting sound. Go really slow. Sometimes I gotta make a little 2-point turn here. Yeah, I don't trust I can make that. Just back up a tiny bit. We're good to go. Okay, so we get that truck parked there. Before I do this, is this thing still rolling, right? Yep, okay, good. So as you can see, we're gonna have to make a freaking... Yo, it's good. Going out on a smoke break. We got that. Oh yeah, we got that shit. Woo! We got that shit. I'm gonna have to pull forward though and straighten out. I don't know, maybe we're good actually. This dude. Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Hope you liked the video. I think I'm gonna call it here. I gotta go in and unload, but thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll see you next time.